Welcome. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about how to discover your true core values. Today, we'll be discussing what values are, what they are not, and why knowing your values is a key to living your healthy life. We'll also be talking about the difference between should values and true values. And we'll also discuss how your body is key to knowing if you're living in your values or not. If somebody's not aligned with their values, you can potentially pick it up in their body and in their body language. When you are feeling stressed, it's often a sign that you're not taking action in alignment with your values. When you're happy, excited, or in a flow state, it often is a sign that you're living in alignment with your values. Your speech and what you say and how you say it is another way to listen in and discover your values. If you're irritated by someone, that's an important thing to pay attention to. They might be stepping on your own values. If someone's complaining about something, it's often that the other person has stepped on their values in some capacity, and it may be completely unconscious to both parties. When your values are dishonored by another person, it can be very jarring. As a massage therapist, I can often feel when someone is out of alignment with their values because it causes tension in their bodies and it can cause a physical problem. Basically, living out of alignment with your values can cause stress, pain, and even bigger issues down the road if it's not dealt with. When you are aware of your values and you make choices to fully live your values in your life, you become empowered and amazing things open up for you. When it comes to discovering your values, you want to be aware that there's different types of values, true values and should values. The way I often describe it is should values versus true values, or the values we say we want to have. Should values can be very destructive. For example, a should value could be valuing money. A person might say, I should value money. My father was a doctor. He said I should become a doctor because then I would have plenty of money and I can buy this, that, and the other. That's a should value. Now, what this person might actually have a value of is making a difference. So for them, it might be more important if they chose to become a doctor. It might be more important to, say, go to Guatemala and treat people in a free clinic because they know they're going to make a greater difference there in that environment. I just warn and caution people around should values. It often comes from parents, well-intentioned parents, but it can come from teachers, it can come from society, and if we think we should have a specific value, in an actual fact again, going back to that internal compass, is it a true value for us, really? How do you know the difference between should values and true values? You will know your true values because there's a feeling associated. The way to know the difference between should values and true values is to ask yourself, how does it feel? Does it feel like it's true to you, or does it feel like there's a conflict in there for you? Oftentimes, your body language can cue you into noticing your values. You'll open up and feel drawn to your true values, while you might feel irritated when you're not aligned with your values or if they're being stepped on. When you're in line with your true values and you're acting with your true values, there's the sense that the reaction you get is actually a body sensation. It's worth saying here that honoring our values is not always the easiest path. Let's be honest, it takes real courage to honor your values. But the more aligned you are, the more life has a way of opening up for you. As we move forward in this process, we're going to be talking about how to create healthy boundaries to keep you in alignment with your values. Another important detail to note when it comes to values is that you are the one who gets to define them. For instance, you might value success, but the way you define success is very personal to you. And sometimes we can get into trouble because we're trying to live our lives according to other people's definitions. Another thing to keep in mind is that I've included a list of possible words for your values, but the perfect word for you and your values might not be listed. Sometimes corner office or island living or garden might be the actual value because the word encompasses the feeling that you're going for. When you're going through the exercise and looking through the list of values that's included in your folder, just remember to try to not go shopping for values. Really feel them in your body. You don't have to pick all of them or feel pressure to decide on certain ones. Listen to the messages your body is giving you as you start to list off and read some of those values. Complete the Values Discovery PDF that's in your folder and start to discover your own true values. Start to notice where you are and where you're not honoring your values in your daily life. We'll be talking more about that next week. Share your insights and questions with me, your coach, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you feel you need any support.